नमो नमः सुप्रभातं सर्वेभ्यः गुड मॉर्निंग। अद्यतनपाठः अस्ति मणिका पुस्तकस्य पाठः सप्तमः पाठः साधुवृत्तिं समाचरेत्। साधुवृत्तिम् अत्र समासः अस्ति साधूनां वृत्तिः ताम्। सम प्लस आचरेत् अत्र सन्धिः अस्ति। So the heading of the lesson has samasa and sandhi both. Sadhu vrittihi, sadhu noble, great. Vrittihi has various meanings based on the context. Here it is work, job. It also gives the meaning occupations also. Here way of life we can say. Samacharet, to follow. Sam plus acharet, vidhiling lakaraha asti. So always follow a noble way of life. The heading of the lesson says, follow a noble way of life. There is no shortcut for success. Follow a right way of life and be successful. A very beautiful story. I'm sure every student enjoys this story. The writer, the person who wrote this story is with Jivananda Vidyasagara Bhattacharya asti. He is a Sanskrit Vidwan. He has written many books and this is selected from one of his great book. अस्तु पाठं पश्यामः. साधुवृत्तिं समाचरेत्. अस्ति कर्मपुरनाम्नि नगरे प्रच्छन्नभाग्यनामधेयः कश्चित् कुमारः. अस्ति, have you observed? Generally asti kriyapadam vakyasya ante bhavati. It comes at the end of the sentence, but it is a special use. Whenever asti comes in the beginning of the sentence, it shows once upon a time, long ago. Okay, so asti, once upon a time there was. Karmapura namni nagare, nagaram city, nagare in the city. Name of the city is Karmapura. Karmapura namni. In a city named Karmapura, Prachanna Bhagya Namadheyaha. Namadheyaha named. A person's name was Prachanna Bhagyaha. Kaschit Kumaraha. Kumaraha a youth, a young man. Kaschit atra sandhi asti kaha plus chit. In Karmapura, there lived a person named Prachanna Bhagya. बाल्ये वयसि विद्या पराङ्मुखः सः केनचित् दुष्टबुद्धिनाम्ना चौरेण सह चौरकर्मणि निरतः सञ्जातः. So बाल्ये वयसि, balyam childhood. So at the age of his childhood, generally all children go to school and they learn. Even if it is not school, any skill-based education every child gets. But our Prachanna Bhagya, he was not interested into studies. See a beautiful word used here, Vidya Parang Mukhaha. Hope all of you know the meaning of Mukha, Mukham, face, Vidya, education. Vidya Parang Mukhaha, a person who turned his face away from the education. See how beautiful. Instead of saying he did not study, a poetic way of saying Prachanna Bhagya turned his face away from education. Vidya Parang plus Mukhaha. Saha, he is that Prachanna Bhagya. Kenachit, some, a person named Dushta Buddhi Namna Chaurena Saha. Chauraha, thief, robber. His friendship was with a person named Dushta Buddhihi and his job was to steal from others' home. Chaura karmani nirataha sanjataha. Chaura karmani, robbing jobs, stealing jobs in others' homes. Nirataha involved. Sanjataha, he became involved. Sanjataha became involved in the jobs of robbery. So basically he did not study and he was into a wrong way of life. So atra asti sanjataha. Atra pashatu sandhi asti sam plus jataha. Sanjataha. Please note down. Ekada saha dushta buddhina sardham kasyachit shreshthinaha gehe dhana haranartham gramantaram prasthitaha. Ekada, once. Sa is Prachanna Bhagyaha here. Dushta buddhina sardham. Sardham asya artham asti with. Saha. पर्यायपदम अस्ति सह. with दुष्ट बुद्धि कस्यचित् श्रेष्ठिनः गेहे. कस्यचित् some. श्रेष्ठिः merchant, businessman. Hope you remember last year in class 9th you had Bhamashahah. Shreshthi Bhamashahah, a businessman, a merchant. So here these two they went to a merchant's home. Gehe, geham, graham. Amarakoshaha vadati, graham, geham, veshma, sadma, utajam, nilayam, niketanam. So this is the dictionary meaning. So geham, graham. Paryayapadam asti, graham, home. So they started their journey towards a businessman's house. Dhana haranartham, to steal money. Dhanasya haranartham. Gramantaram prasthitam. So Gramantaram towards the village. Grama plus Antaram Prasthitaha. Prasthitaha, he started his journey. Both of them started their journey towards the village to steal money from a merchant's home. अथ व्रजन्तौ तौ गर्तसङ्कुले मार्गे क्रीडतः कांश्चित् बालकान् प्रेक्ष्य अवदताम्. So both of them started their journey, and on their way they saw few boys playing on the street. Yeah, it's very common. Small children, they play on the street in the evening whenever they find a free time. So these two young men, they were walking towards the village and they observed a group of boys playing on the street. Atha, then, vrajantau, vrajati, gachati. Vrajantau, gachantau. So while going, Shatrupratyaha asti atra, while, present continuous tense. Tau is Dushtabuddhi and Prachanna Bhagya. Garta Sankule Marge. Margam asti road. So, Marge on the road. Atra Visheshanam asti Garta Sankule. There is one adjective given. What kind of road? Gartehi Sankule. Garta is potholes. Sankula full of. That road was full of potholes. Uneven, bad road. But still those boys were playing there. Kridataha, again Shatrupratya, they were playing, they were there in the middle of their play. Kanshchit, kan plus chit, balakan, kanshchit visheshana, balakan visheshya. Few boys, preksha, pra plus iksh plus lyap. Preksha meaning after seeing. Paryayapadam asti drishtva, vilokya, avalokya. Many words are there. So after observing those boys, avadatam, they spoke, they said, bho balakaha, oh boys, kathamatra natonnate vishame marge kridatha. They so genuinely, out of genuine concern, they asked a question. Kathamatra, katham plus atra, how or why, natonnate vishame marge. Once again, marge visheshyam asti, natonnate and vishame visheshanam. Visheshanadvayam staha. Natonnate, nata plus unnata. Nata down, unnata up. So natonnate is full of ups and downs. Vishame, uneven, means full of potholes, like not a very right place for playing. One uneven road. Marge, kridatha, why are you playing on this uneven road full of potholes? Yadi kaschit garte patet tarhi saha vikalango bhutva chiram klesham anubhavet. So, out of concern they said, yadi, if, kaschit, any one of you, garte patet, as I told you, gartaha, pothole, the uneven road. Patet, if by chance, if someone falls into that pit on the road, saha, that person, vikalango bhutva, vikala plus angaha, vikalangaha plus bhutva, atra sandhi asti, vikalangaha, handicap. So deformed legs or hands or any injury to hands and legs. Bhutva, if you fall on this road, you may lose your health, you may break your hands or legs. Chiram kashtam klesham anubhavet. If it happens, chiram klesham paryayapadam asti kashtam. Chiram klesham, like for long time you have to suffer. Chiram dirgham, long time. Anubhavet, you have to experience. You have to experience pain for long time if you fall. So, don't play here. That was their concern. Tachrutva teshu kaschit uddandaha balakaha uvacha. It was their genuine concern, but in return, there was one mischievous boy in the group, and he answered their question. See here, Tachrutva, tat plus shrutva, after hearing this comment, Teshu among those boys. Kaschit uddandaha balakaha. Kaschit and uddandaha visheshana, balakaha vishesha. Uddandaha mischievous, arrogant, a boy who gives back answers. That type of attitude wala boy. Uddandaha balakaha, a mischievous boy. Uvacha said. I bho. I is something like with disrespect. Hey, that type of addressing a person. I bho. Yadyevam tarhi katham bhavantau supatham parityajya anena kupathena gantum pravrattau. So he asked them, Yadyevam, yadi plus evam, if so, whatever you are saying is correct, but if so, tarhi, then, katham, how, bhavantau, you both, supatham parityajya, supatha, good road. Su is good, patha, margaha, road. Parityajya, after leaving the good road, anena kupathena gantum pravrittau. Kupatha, supatha, viloma shabdaha, kupatha. Good way, bad way. Good road, bad road. So when you know that this is a bad road, why are you leaving the good roads, whichever is known to you, and why are you walking on this street, on this road, and advising us? This was his reply towards his Prachannabhagya and Dushtabuddhi's genuine concern. Gantum pravrittau started. Why have you started walking on this bad road when you know that this road is not good? Api idam shreyaskaram. He didn't stop there. He asked them another question. Api idam, is it? Idam this. Shreyaha plus karam. Is it making good for you? Shreyaha shubham, kalyanam, goodness. Karam. Shreyaha karoti iti. Shreyas karam. Shreyaha plus karam. Atra sattva sandhi asti. Visarga disappears and sa comes. Shreyas karam. When you know that this is a bad road and you are walking on this, is it good for you? That was his question to their concern. Anena vachasa pratihatanthak karanaha prachanna bhagyaha achintayat. See, such mischievous comment actually, but that comment hit Prachanna Bhagya so hard that he started thinking. Have you observed? The sentence of that mischievous boy has two meanings. One meaning, the physical road, the road which they are walking is bad road, and when they know that it is a bad road, they are walking on it. Can you take few moments and think, does this sentence has any inner meaning? In our life also, in our journey of life also, at times, we know that whatever we are doing is bad, but still we do it. Like our Prachanna Bhagya. He did not study well and he did not got any good job to earn money. What he did? He selected a wrong way of life. That is stealing money from others. And as such, he was a nice person. But out of his inability to study, he did not get a good job. Somehow he started feeling, am I into a wrong way of life? Am I leading a wrong way of life? So that was a turning point of Prachanna Bhagya's life. So anena vachasa, vachaha, vachanam, the words, anena vachasa, by these words, pratihatanthak karanaha Prachanna Bhagyaha. See Visheshana, Vishesha, pratihata plus anthak karana. Pratihata changed. Anthak karana mind. So Prachanna Bhagya with changed mind. Suddenly, a change occurred in his mind. Achintayat, because he started thinking. Kim idam vachanam visheshena mam eva lakshi karoti? So that boy, just out of naughtiness, he said those sentences. But Prachanna Bhagya started thinking, Kim idam vachanam? What is this vachanam, these words? Visheshena, specially. Mam eva lakshi karoti? Mam eva, to me. Lakshi karoti, target. Lakshi karoti, laksha is target. Are these words are targeted at me specially? Aho, oh my God. Aho is OMG. Kumargam ashritasya mama kidrishi iyam klesha parampara. Suddenly he started feeling, what kind of life I am leading? Don't think that criminals and robbers' life is easy. We think that they rob money and lead a happy life. Actually, it takes a lot of courage, lot of ideas, lot of work to cheat someone and enjoy that money. They cannot have a peace of mind. They cannot sleep peacefully at night. So always going to some place, earning money in a rightful way and leading life is much, much easier. Cheating others, robbing others' property is extremely hard thing. So that is what Prachanabhagya started thinking. Kumargam ashritasya, kumarga bad way of life, like stealing and all these things, cheating on others. Ashritasya following, a person who is following a wrong way. Mama is mine. Kidrishi, what type of? Iyam, klesha parampara, kleshana parampara. See the samasa there, klesham kashtam, parampara series. So he started thinking, what type of series of difficulties I am passing through? Iyam is this. This series of difficulties I have to pass through because I am walking into a wrong way of life. Gurupadeshena iva anena bala vachasa mama chakshushi samunmilite. Gurupadeshena, sandhi here, guru plus upadeshena. Like the advice of a teacher. Guroho upadeshena, that is samasa here. Iva, like, anena bala vachasa, by this words of a boy. Balasya vachasa, words of a boy. Mama chakshushi, chakshushi, two eyes. Chakshuhu, chakshushi, chakshumshi. That is the Shabdarupa. Chakshushi, my eyes. Samunmilite, sam plus ut plus milite, opened. My eyes in the sense inner eyes. My inner eyes are opened because of the words of this boy. Adya arabhya papa patham tyajami. On the spot he took a decision. Adya arabhya, from today onwards. Adya is today, arabhya onwards. Papa patham tyajami. Papa sinful, patha way. I will leave this path of mistake, path of sins, that is stealing in others' homes. Tyajami, I shall leave. Iti vichintya, vi plus chint plus lyap, after thinking, mitram dushta buddhim avadat. So he took the decision and he told his friend also. Sakhe, yadi maam mitrasthane pariganayasi tarhi sadhu jana garhitam imam panthanam tyajatu bhavan. He advised his friend. Sakhe, hey Mitra. Sakhe, paryayapada of friend, Mitra. Yadi, if maam mitrasthane pariganayasi. Pariganayasi, to consider. If you are considering me as your friend, in the place of your friend, tarhi, then sadhu janaihi garhitam. Sadhu jana garhitam. That is the samasa there. Garhitam, criticized. Criticized by noble people. Imam panthanam. Panthanam is way of life. So this way of life, which is criticized by noble people or good people, means which is not a correct way of life. Tyajatu bhavan. You also live this way. I have decided to live. You also live. But as his name is only Dushta Buddhi, do you think he will listen to these advices? No, never. Dushta Buddhi tu tasya sadvachanani tiraskritya gramabhimukham prachalat. He was surprised. What happened to this, my friend? Suddenly, some boy said something and he is changing his way of life. So what Dushta Buddhi did? Dushta Buddhi tasya sad vachanani, divide sandhi, sat plus vachanani, good words. Tiraskritya after ignoring, grama abhimukham prachalat. Grama plus abhimukham, towards the village, whatever their plan, earlier plan. Prachalat, he started his journey. Pra plus achalat. Prachanna bhagyah tu samupajata vivekaha swagraham pratinivrittaha. So as decided, Prachanna Bhagya had already decided. So what he did? Samupajata vivekaha. It is the Visheshana for Prachanna Bhagya. Vivekaha, wisdom. Samupajata vivekaha, with the fresh born wisdom. Samupajata, the fresh born, just now that is occurred in his mind. So Prachanna Bhagya, with that idea or the wisdom, swagraham, to his own house, pratinivrittaha, he returned. He returned to his house. Grahe tasya bharya sapadi samagatam patim drishtva aprachat. Arya, kim sarvagatam kushalam vartate? Ayatha kalam samagatosi. So, as soon as he returned home, his wife was surprised. This fellow, when he leaves home and next day he comes back with that looted money. That was their way of life. Maybe she was objecting, but he was not listening to her. So she was suddenly surprised. Just now he left home and after an hour he is back. So, Grahe, at home, Tasya Bharya Patni, his wife, Sapadi Samagatam, Sapadi, quickly, fast. You remember the lesson of those monkeys? Adnya Gurunam Abhicharaniya. In that lesson also this word has appeared. Sapadi Upayaha Kriyatam. That king says, quickly do some idea to save my horses. So here also same meaning, Sapadi, very fast, quick. Samagatam, returned. Patim Drishtva, looking at his husband who has returned very quickly. Drishtva Aprichat. She asked Arya to way to address the husband. Kim Sarvagatam Kushalam Vartate? Is all well? Sarvagatam everything, Kushalam well, is everything going on well? Ayatha kalam. See the samasa here, na yatha kalam. Again yatha kalam also you can divide, kalam anatikramya. So na kalam anatikramya, ayatha kalam. Not at the correct time. Correct time in the sense not his regular time. Samagatosi, samagataha plus asi. You have returned home not at a correct time, not according to your plan. How and why? Is everything well? She asked. Samprati dharmamatihi saha paschatapena dagdha manasaha sarvam vrittantam nivedya sakarunam uchchaihi akrandat. Then the Prachanna Bhagya who had come back with a changed mind. Samprati, adhuna, now, at that moment, dharmamatihi saha. Dharmamatihi, one who is with the duty-minded person. Dharma, duty, matihi, mind. He has changed mind. He knows his duties in life, right? Paschatapena dagdhamanasaha. Paschatapaha, repentance. We do some wrong work and after some time we realize whatever we did work was wrong. So that is paschatapaha. Dagdhamanasaha. Paschatapa is kind of one fire which burns us. After that wrong job, we keep thinking, why did I do that? Right? Even you would have felt that sometimes. So dagdha manasaha, dagdha burning, manasaha heart. He was burning with that repent. Why did I steal money all these years in someone else's house? Sarvam vrittantam story. He told all the story to his wife. Nivedya after narrating, ni plus with plus lyap after narrating. Sa karunam uchchaihi akrandat, he started crying. Loud, uchchaihi, he started crying very badly. Sa karunam, see pitifully, karunaya sahitam. Karuna strilinga shabda hasti, karunaya sahitam, like pitifully he started crying. Buddhimati sa avadat. His wife, she was a very smart lady. Look at her name, or maybe author keeps that name. Nickname, Buddhimati. Buddhi plus Matu plus Nip. Very smart lady, very intelligent lady. Atra pratyaha, please note down, Matup and Nip, both the pratyas. Sa avadat. She, that smart lady, she said, Alam chintaya. Stop crying. Enough of crying. Alam, enough. Stop. Chinta, worry. Enough of worry. Enough of crying. Apadam taranihi dhairyam. A beautiful proverb here. Apadam taranihi dhairyam. Taranihi nauka, boat. Dhairyam, courage. All of you know, right? Apadam, apat is hardships, difficulties. Apadam. So, Shashti Vibhakti, Bahuvachana. So, when you are in the ocean of difficulties, there is a boat already which is there in front of you. That is called as courage. So, courage is the boat of difficulties. Or when you are in difficulties, there is always a boat ready. You need to climb into that boat. That boat is named as courage. We need to take courage and we should come out of the difficulties. Sitting and crying will never help us. So she says a beautiful sentence. Apadam taranihi dhairyam. So the boat of courage is the boat in the difficulties, to come out of the difficulties. Idanim vishadam tyaktva udyamah kriyatam. Idanim, now, vishadam tyaktva, after leaving all the sadness, vishadam dukkham, leave it all these things. Udyamah kriyatam. Udyamah, hard work. Alasyam, viloma shabdah asti udyamah, hard work. Kriyata, start working. Now enough of crying. I know whatever done is bad, but you can always start a new life. To justify her statement, she gives two examples of two shlokas. Krandanam vardhate tasya nantam samadhigacchati व्यसनं प्राप्य यो मोहात् केवलं परिदेवयेत् जलबिन्दुनिपातेन क्रमशः पूर्यते घटः स हेतुः सर्वविद्यानां धर्मस्य च धनस्य च. So these are the two shlokas told by his wife. You can turn the page of Anvaya in the same textbook after 4 pages that Anvaya is given. By seeing Anvaya, you can understand the shloka easily. So, yaha vyasanam prapya, vyasanam, any habit. In this case, it is bad habit. Okay, vyasanam prapya, after getting into such habits, mohat, when you develop that attachment and later you realize, oh my God, what mistake I committed. In such cases, kevalam paridevayet. Paridevayet, repents. If you go on repenting or only repentance or only sitting and crying, that is paridevayati. Tasya krandanam vardhate. What happens? You just go on crying. It happens in our life also. If we sit and cry for some wrong work that we did, there is no end. You cannot change the situation, right? Only our cry increases. Krandanam, cries, vardhate, increases. Antam cha na samadhi gacchati. It will never see an end. So sitting and thinking over that, pondering over that too much, it will never take us anywhere. Antam, the end, na samadhi gacchati. It won't take us. It won't reach any end. So the bhavartha will be, if a person after committing some mistake and if he sits and cries or repents for his mistake, his cry will only increase. Person can get into the state of depression, and that sitting and crying will not take that person anywhere to goodness, or it won't solve the problem. Another shloka she says, Jalabindu nipatena kramashah ghataha puryate. So see how beautiful sentence. In your homes also you might have observed, if there is a leaking tap, just one by one the droplets of water fall. But just try keeping a bucket under that tap. After half a day, after 5-6 hours, you will see that the bucket is full of water. Right? It looks like small droplets, but if they collect, you will have a lot of amount of water. So she says, Jalabindu nipatena, Jalabindu, droplets of water, nipatena, by falling droplets of water, kramashaha, in an order, slowly, in an order, ghataha puryate. Ghataha, the pot, puryate, gets filled. A pot can get filled by droplets of water falling into that slowly, one by one. Tathaiva, same way, sarva vidyanam dharmasya cha dhanasya cha saha eva hetuhu. Same principle we should apply to our life also. If you want to learn something, if you want to perform your duties, or if you want to save money, this is the principle. Sarva vidyanam, knowledge cannot be earned on single day. It should be done step by step by step. Any study, preparing for exam, no, it cannot happen. Tomorrow exam, and if I sit today and study, nothing goes inside my mind. I cannot do that. So even the study or acquiring a skill, learning anything step by step, little every day, then only I can reach the end. Sarva vidyanam, for all the knowledges, dharmaha, duties, performing our duties, you cannot do it in one day. Every day, if we develop that habit, it becomes our way of life. Then we can perform our duties very well. Next, dhanasya, dhanam, money. Nobody can become rich on a single day. It should be done step by step by step. right? If at all, if someone earns money on a single day, lot of money, 100% it is that will go away. Something happens and that money will definitely go away. So if you save money little by little by little, then only a person can become rich. Scha saha eva hetuhu. Hetuhu karanam. So, like the pot of water, a pot gets filled by water by in an order by droplets of water falling into that. Knowledge, the duties, and the money should be earned step by step slowly. एवं बहुविधम उपदेशं श्रुत्वा शान्तचित्तः सः कस्यचित् कृषकस्य शस्य क्षेत्रे हलकार्यं कर्तुं प्रारभत. So his wife convinced him like this, giving such examples. Evam, like this. Bahuvidham upadesham. Upadesha, advice. Bahuvidha is various type of advices she gave. Shrutva, after listening to that, Shanta Chittaha Saha. Saha is Prachanna Bhagyaha. So now his state of mind is very calm. Shanta Chittaha, calm minded. Saha, Saha is Prachanna Bhagyaha. Kasyachit Krishakasya Shasya Kshetre. As Prachanna Bhagya never had his own land, what he did, he went and started working in someone else's land as agricultural worker. He never knew any skills. So robbing is the only job he did till now, right? So he thought, let me use my physical energy and start working. So kasyachit, some krishakasya, krishakaha, a farmer, shasya kshetre, agricultural field, halakaryam kartum prarabhata. Halakaryam, to plow the land. So with this energy he can do that. He didn't need much skill for that, right? So he started that job first. Kartum prarabhata. He started doing that. Shramena cha shanaihi shanaihi prabhutam dhanam arjitavan. Actually that physical work is paid very well. Even today, even in our today's world also, there are very less people who do such physical job and they are paid very well. And if they if they can save the money, actually they can lead a very good way of life, right? So here also Shramena, with this hard work, Shanaihi, slowly. So every day he started earning some money, slowly. Prabhutam dhanam. Prabhutam, see, can you remember the Amarakosha line, dictionary's line? Prabhutam, prachuram, prajyam, bhuri, bahulam, bahu. Many words are given there. Prabhutam is adhikam, lots. Dhanam, money. Arjitaman, he earned. Now he is one rich man in the village. अथ पूर्वमित्रं दुष्टबुद्धिः प्रच्छन्नभाग्यस्य धनागमवृत्तान्तं श्रुत्वा कदाचित् मध्यरात्रे तस्य एव गृहे चौर्यार्थं सन्धिकननसुयोगं विलोकयन् स्थितः. So the life was going on like this. You remember his old friend Dushtabuddhi, right? He was still into stealing. He has become very fine criminal by now. Like our Prachanna Bhagya became a very good person, Dushtabuddhi was continuing his old job. And in his around, people started talking, look at that Prachanna Bhagya, how rich he is. And that news reached our Dushtabuddhi. See, he thought, okay, today let me go to his house and steal. Anyway, he needs money. Who cares? Friend or relative or whoever it is, right? So, Atha, then Purvamitram Dushtabuddhi, old friend Purvamitram Dushtabuddhi, that Dushtabuddhi, Prachanna Bhagyasya Dhanagama Vrittantam story. Dhanagama Vrittanta, money earning story. So he heard that story. Shrutva, after hearing, Kadachit, sometimes one day, Madhyaratre, at midnight, Tasya eva grahe, to his house only, Chauryartham, to steal, Sandhi Khanana Suyogam. Suyogam, right opportunity. Sandhi Khanana is to dig the home, the wall, and get into the house. To break the door or make a hole in the wall. Something he wanted to do. He was waiting for that opportunity. Vilokayan sthitaha. Vilokayan, he just waited. He waited outside Prachanna Bhagya's house. He was just waiting so that Prachanna Bhagya's family will sleep. There will be no person around him, and once they are into deep sleep, he can perform the work of that breaking the home and getting into the home. So he was sitting. तस्मिन्नेव काले सुप्तोत्थितः प्रच्छन्नभाग्यः सम्भ्रान्तचित्तः स्वपत्नीं सम्बोध्य उवाच. See what a twist in the story. At that particular moment, तस्मिन्नेव काले, at that time, सुप्तोत्थितः प्रच्छन्नभाग्यः. Supta plus उत्थितः. Note down Sandhi. Woke up from the sleep. You know, at midnight he was into deep sleep and he suddenly woke up from the sleep because of a dream. Prachanna bhagyaha sambhranta chittaha, confused mind. It happens to us also, right? When we at the midnight, if we see some dream and suddenly wake up, we are totally confused. Where are we? Are we on our bed or somewhere else? Same happened with Prachanna bhagya. Even he was totally confused. Swapatnim, to his wife, sambodhya uvacha, to her, sambodhya, addressing to her, uvacha, yes. Aho vichitraha swapno maya drishtaha. He said, oh my God, vichitraha swapno, very weird dream. Swapnaha plus maya. See the sandhi here? Maya drishtaha. I saw one weird dream. Asmakam kshetre, kshetra, field, in our field. Ashwatha tarumule. Ashwatha taruhu, peepal tree. Taruhu vrikshaha, tree. Tarumule, under that tree. Suvarna puritaha kalashaha vidyate. Kalashaha, a pot. What kind of pot? Full of gold. Suvarna puritaha, full of gold. Vidyate iti. The dream said there is a pot full of gold under the peepal tree in his own field. See, what a dream. He was really surprised. What a dream I saw. Tat shrutva paradravye anasakta sa nivedayat. Just imagine, somebody gets up at midnight and says there is a pot full of gold. How irritated we will be, right? His wife, who was into deep sleep, she really got irritated. She said, will you please stop this and get into sleep again? Even she wanted to sleep, right? And who will believe that in the whatever happens in the dream becomes true, right? So earning money is the only way of life. That is her belief. So tat shrutva, tat plus shrutva, after hearing that, paradravye anasakta sa. Paradravya, others' money. Paresham dravye. Note down samasa. Paresham dravye, others' money. If there is a pot full of money, that means that it is not their money. Somebody else would have kept. Right? So she is not interested in such things. She believes in hard work. Anasakta, na asakta, not interested. Sa, that lady, the lady who is not interested in this type of lucky money, Nyavedayat, ni plus avedayat. She spoke. She said, Natha, virama asmat lobhat. Natha, oh my dear husband, virama, stop it. Asmat lobhat. Asmat plus lobhat, sandhi there. Lobhaha, greediness. Please stop this kind of greediness. It is just a dream. You just sleep again. Right? That was her precious advice. Dushta buddhi tu tayoho vartam shrutva jhatiti eva kshetram gataha. Now do you know who is standing other side of the wall? They are talking inside the home and Dushta buddhi was overheard their conversation. Dushta buddhi tu tayoho vartam conversation, their conversation, shrutva, after hearing, jhatiti eva, he did not even waste a single second. Jhatiti sahasa, fast, quick. Eva kshetram gata, he went into that field. Anyway, he is from that place only. He knows Prachanna Bhagya's field very well. So all the people tree, everything he knows well. So he went into the field. Tatra ashvatha moolam khanitva tam suvarna kalasham praptavan. See the dream. Actually, it was a right dream, correct dream. So when he dug near the tree, there was a pot full of gold. Ashvatha moolam, below the tree of people. Khanitva, after digging. Suvarna kalasham praptavan. Suvarna kalashaha, pot full of gold. Praptavan, he got it. Yada saha tasya avaranam apasarayati tadaiva bhayankaram ekam vishadharam phutkaram kurvantam pashyati. Slowly he opened the lid of the pot. Yada saha, Tasya avaranam apasarayati. He opened the lid. Yada, when tasya, that kalashasya, avaranam is lid. When he opened apasarayati, he slowly opened the lid. Tadaiva, tada plus eva. At that moment, bhayankaram vishadharam. Vishadharaha sarpaha. Sarpaha vishadharaha. Phani. That's what Amarakosha's Paryayavachi Shabdaha. Bhayankaram, bhayam karoti iti, very scary, which creates fear in us. That type of snake. Ekam, vishadharam, vishadharaha sarpaha, snake. Futkaram kurvantam pashyati. Futkaraha is hissing sound. So that snake was happily sleeping in that pot. Normally snakes look for this kind of places to stay because they cannot build their own nests or own burrows. Generally they stay in the ant hills or this type of places where they can happily in the cool place they can sit. So that pot must be there since long time. So one snake had found its way inside that pot. Futkaram, it started making hissing sound. Kurvantam pashyati. He saw that. Bhitaha saha kalasham punaha avritya tamcha adaya mitrasya graham samagataha. Actually, he could have let that snake go away from the pot, but he did not do that. You know, right? His name is only Dushtabuddhi. He must think of a wrong plan. He must think of a cunning idea. What he did? He found a plan. Bhitaha, at that time he was scared. Saha kalasham punaha avritya, after closing, he closed the lid again and he brought old pot adaya, after bringing mitrasya graham, again he came back to friend's house. Tell me, what is the idea? Swamitram sarpena marayitum icchan. His idea was leave that put that pot inside Prachana Bhagya's house, so snake will go and bite them, so that both will be dead. So he can have the money in the pot as well as the money in the Prachana Bhagya's house. So double income. That was his plan. So Swamitram, to his friend, Sarpena Marayitum, to kill his friend using that snake, Icchan, while wishing, Saha Bhittau, Bhittihi, wall. So one small hole is sufficient, right? If he has to enter the home, a big hole needed in the wall. Now he has to put the pot inside. So very small hole he had to dig. Bhittau, in the wall. Sandhim prakalpya. Sandhihi, a place, a hole. Prakalpya, after making. Pra plus kalp plus lyap. After making a hole in the wall. Tan madhyataha. Tat plus madhyataha. In between. Kalasham grahabhyantare kshiptavan. That kalasha, that pot. Graha abhyantare. Grahasya abhyantare. Inside the home. Kshiptavan. He threw the pot. He put the pot inside the home. But things did not work according to Dushtabuddhi's plan. Vichitra khalu daivagatihi. See what the author says. These are the words said by author. We plan 100 things in life, but God has his own plans. You might have heard these words quite often, right? By your parents or your family members. So, Vichitra, very strange, weird. Khalu, isn't it? Daivagatihi, Daivasya gatihi, movement of God or destiny, what we call. Isn't it weird? Isn't it different? It is not always what we think happens. Our plans don't materialize always, right? Patitat kalashad bahihi nirgatya vishadharaha tamevam dushtabuddhim dashtavan. What happened actually? When he put the pot inside the home, the snake did not fall inside the home. It just came out from that hole. Right? Snakes do not like that warmth of the house. They want to move, come out and stay in a cool place. So, patitat kalashat, from that fallen pot, bahihi nirgatya, as soon as the pot fell into the house, the snake came out of the pot. Nirgatya, after coming out, nir plus gam plus lyap, after coming out, vishadharaha sarpaha, tameva dushtabuddhim dashtavan. He was just waiting in the other side of the wall, just below that hole, right? He was just waiting so that when Prachana Bhagya will be killed and when he can get into the house. Tam eva dushta buddhim dashtavan. Dashati is to bite. Snake came out and it bit dushta buddhi himself. कलशपात शब्देन प्रबुद्धौ तौ दंपती आश्चर्येण प्रचुर मणि माणिक्यानाम् आभय भासमानं निजग्रहं दृष्ट्वा परस्परम् अवलोकयन्तौ अतिष्ठताम्. Now at the other side of the wall, Dushta Buddhi is killed. Now inside the home, just imagine Prachana Bhagya's state of mind. Just an hour back he saw a dream. There is a pot full of gold in his own field. And now he suddenly woke up because of the sound of that pot falling on the ground. And there is a lot of money in front of him. Just imagine, he doesn't know any story. He just woke up from the sleep. So both of them was totally surprised. So Kalashapata Shabdena, Kalashapatasya Shabdena, sound of fallen pot. Prabhuddhau, woke up. Tau Dampati, Dampati couple, the couple who woke up from the sleep. Ashcharyena, Ashcharya, surprise. Prachura Mani Manikyanam, Prachura Adhika, Bahu, Bhuri, Bahulam. Prachura means lots. Mani Manikyanam, Mani Manikya are the precious gems and stones. The pot having precious gems and homes. Abhaya, Abha is light. Abha is like Lata Shabda, by the light of those precious gems and stones, because at the night, because of the light, they started glittering. Abhaya, by the light of those precious gems and stones. Bhasamanam, Nijagraham, Bhasamanam, lighted. Nijagraham, Nija is their own house, Nijagraha, own house. Suddenly at night it was looking as if their whole house is glittering because of the shine from those precious gems and jewels which are there in the pot. Drishtva, they started wondering what has happened to our home. It is just glittering. Parasparam avalokayantau, parasparam each other. He and his wife. Avalokayantau, they started looking at each other because both don't know what has happened actually. Avalokayantau, to observe each other, to see each other. Atishtatam, they stayed there only. So the writer, the poet stops the story at this moment, at this point. Like end is for us to decide what happens. So nobody knows. Maybe next day morning he got to know after seeing Dushta Buddhi's dead body. But at that moment both were like, they were totally surprised. They were speechless. They just started looking each other. What has happened to our life? How many twists and turns our life can take? Right? So, Ataha Uchyate. So the poet ends the story, the writer ends the story with a good note. Papinam cha sada dukkham sukham vai punya karmanam evam sthirataram jnatva sadhuvruttim samacharet. Have you observed? The one line of the story, shloka is heading of the story. Sada papinam dukkham punya karmanam cha vai sukham. So this is the eternal truth. Sada, always. Papina, for sinners, people who commit mistake. Sada dukkham, definitely today or tomorrow they will see the difficulties. Punya karmanam, people who commit good jobs. Punya karman, people who do good jobs. Why sukham? Maybe at the beginning they will suffer, but later definitely they will get happiness. So if you make a mistake, you will see sadness. If you make some good jobs, definitely you will enjoy the good fortune in your life. Evam sthirataram jnatva. Sometimes we see in this world that the wrongdoers get the good way of life, but that is not permanent. This truth is the permanent. Evam, this one, sthirataram, permanent truth. Sthiratara, permanent. Jnatva, after knowing, after understanding this is the permanent truth, Sadhuvruttim Samacharet. Always follow a noble way of life. Never go for shortcuts. At times we feel that shortcuts bring us joy, but no, that is not permanent. So only good jobs bring good fortune. Good things happen with good people. That is the permanent truth of this world.